Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time of day this video is catching you at. Welcome in, welcome in. I have recorded this video about 4 times, so I am not going to stop recording this time. I'm just going to be my silly mistake human, as we are, and stop worrying about being perfect. This is my second video in my Archangel series. Let's see which angel is stepping up today. Oh, jumped right out. We have Archangel Michael. Ooh. So right away when this card jumps out, what do we think of when Michael comes in? Cutting cords, right? And I feel that here. I feel like we're cutting some cords, especially with that violet ray instead of his blue ray. There's a violet ray coming in. So the blue ray is about protection and truth. And a lot of us have been handed that sword of truth. And I'm talking to you if you're one of those people that brings the truth to a situation and then others turn around and sort of blame you when you were simply bringing the truth, right? That is how he cuts the cords from these situations. We use truth. We use honor, right? The violet ray is more of a transmutation. So he isn't just taking his sword and severing cords today. He's actively transmuting the heavy, stagnant energy of those old attachments and turning it back into a high frequency light. So this completely changes the flavor, so to speak, of this cord cutting from something harsh and final into something deeply restorative. So once Michael steps in with this purple violet ray and severs these energies of these old attachments, it leaves an energetic open space in your architecture. So let's see what frequency is coming in to fill that space. Ooh. So we have grounding, master healing, and orbs of light. Wow. So this master healing is this deep structural repair happening in your system right now. And the orbs of light are the high frequency codes, that pure magic, that enchantment. And the guides rushing in to fill the void where these cords were cut. Very interesting. So you can't sustain high frequency light if your roots aren't deep. So your energy, your system would literally short circuit, right? If there was nothing to ground. So your job today isn't just to float away into that spiritual realm. And most of us, we really like the floating. We don't like to be anchored to the earth for some reason. I don't know if it's the dense energy that creates us to unground, but if you're a highly spiritual being, if you're on the ascension path, one of our biggest struggles is grounding ourselves. So we really need to practice some grounding today to help that violet ray really ground into that physical reality. So, spend some time outside. It really helps to be barefoot on the earth. One of the things that really helps me is to just allow the roots for my feet to grow down into the earth until I start to feel the heartbeat of Mother Earth, and then that confirms to me that my Earth star is fully grounded into Earth. And once you get used to the feeling of being grounded down into that Earth star, it becomes habit like anything else, right? But Michael's coming in here to offer some very deep grounding, which in turn is going to bring this healing. There's a message here that I'm having trouble picking up, and I'm not sure if this is because it's for specific people maybe, or if it's such a deep collective message that they're having a minute to form the thought for me. But there's something. Okay, so one thing that he wants to say is a vast majority of you listening are experiencing these spiritual upgrades through these orbs of light. It's like I'm walking down this dark hallway and I'm not seeing it yet. You guys aren't seeing it yet. All this groundwork done, all this this 3D work done as a collective, all the healing that we've done, and now they want me to remind you, and if you're not one of my normal clients and you're listening to this, this is big. This is big. We are moving from a place of healing and clearing to a place of remembering and activating. Okay? So up until this point, we have pushed ourselves to learn to bring the dark into the light, to cut these cords with the 3D, right? To guide others to do the same, to bring them to a place of this 3D, 5D ascension. And we've worked so hard to get to this point, and now it's about remembering. And that is why we all kind of feel like we're walking in this dark hallway, because the chapter before this was about, clearing and moving things, and now it's about grounding in the new and remembering these things. So they're saying, if you could think of it as the orbs of light, the downloads, the messages, the little reminders from the universe have changed from clearing it out, seeing it so that you can bring it into the light, to recognizing it, remembering it, holding it in a different frequency, okay? And this is part of our master healing as well. This is part of what we came onto this earth to ground in order for us to move into this new earth energy, right? So I'm gonna draw a soul activation card here and see what the message, the deeper message here is. Do I surround myself with people who lift me up? The people with whom we surround ourselves determines who we become. Does your tribe fill you up? Do they inspire you? Do they believe in you? Do they help you step into your greatest potential? So today's soul action, and Michael's asking this directly, make a desired list of people with whom you wish to surround yourself with. What would you like your friends to bring to the table? What types of people would you like to attract? And clarify after making that list, is there anyone in your life that no longer serves you? And most of you listening to this, the minute I say it, you're going to know the people that are no longer serving you. One of the things that I've noticed is how we try to keep proving ourselves to others in order to get them to love us back or to accept us back, right? We keep pouring into these cups with holes in them. The energetic exchange is not even sometimes in relationships with the highly ascended beings, right? Because we are able to see one of the things. Okay, yesterday I heard something that really put this into perspective for me, and I went, oh, that makes so much sense. So kids, they play, and as adults we don't really play with them because it's like your imagination or your it's like you grow out of that phase, right, where the games aren't fun anymore because it's hard for us to step into that imagination. Like, for instance, playing Barbie dolls or something. When we were 8, 9, 10 years old, Barbie dolls were the most entertaining thing on earth. And as we grew older, some of us having daughters and stuff, of course you'd probably play Barbies once in a while, but it wasn't the same, right? You weren't immersed into that play. And I feel like that is what we have ascended out of. We can now look at these 3D situations, whether it's an argument or drama or untruths being spoken. And it's like we don't even engage anymore because we've grown out of that energy. We see it differently now, right? And that really put it into perspective for me because we've come to a point as an ascended group, and probably most of you listening to this, where we see things unfolding long before it even happens. We can sense the energy. We know that this person's probably going to betray that person, or the reason this is happening is because A, B, and C. So we're able to connect these dots in a much different way now. And for some reason, this is the message coming in from Michael. And I kept restarting this video because it's such a huge collective message, but it's so simple, right? It's like, okay, so he just wants to make sure here that I get the message correct. And he's saying yes. He wants you to really look at the things in your life and the people in your life that are no longer serving you. And can you love those people from a distance? Do you surround yourself with people who lift you up? Are you surrounding yourself with people who lift you up? Because in order to gain these downloads, or as he's calling them, orbs of light, in order to ground in these new healings, these new teachings, these new remembrances, and in order to go on to this next phase of this ascension journey, we need to remember. And in order to remember, we have to clear out some of the space of those things holding us in this 3D matrix. And maybe that's relationships that you're in, or a job that you might be in, or maybe it's even something that, instead of trying to prove yourself to others all the time, start proving yourself to you. Or not needing that external validation at all because you've got the internal validation, right? Okay, Michael, is there anything else you want to give me or let me know before I disconnect with this collective today? So he says, you cannot carry the frequency of master healing into a space that is cluttered with old games. Do not apologize for outgrowing the playground. Stop trying to fold your energy down to fit into rooms you've already ascended out of. You do not need to explain the 5D perspective to those who are determined to remain in 3D drama. And you cannot reach someone or teach someone to see the whole board when they are only looking at one piece. So your assignment today is to protect the architecture of your own grid, your energetic grid, okay? So I want you to think of your energy as a grid, and anything that is attached to you in any way, shape, or form, even if you're connected to a coworker, that coworker is connected to this person, that person, that person. Do you see how the grid works? We all affect each other, right? So I want you to cut the cords to the spaces where you are forced to prove your worth. Loving them from a distance is not a punishment. It is a boundary of transmutation. So free up your space, anchor the light, and let the true orbs of light find you. The healing is done. Hold your light. We are complete. All right, so with that, I'm going to leave you guys today. We will be back tomorrow with another Archangel. Please like, share, comment. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys are enjoying these. Maybe something I could do better. Maybe something that you love. It doesn't matter. Just let me know in the comments. Speak to me, tribe. Let me know. I'm literally growing my tribe here on YouTube, and it's kind of a big deal to me to get to know you guys, so let me know you. And I'm going to start posting once I figure it out. I'm going to start linking my link tree down in the comments so that you guys can find me for personal private sessions or jewelry. I also make jewelry. So I will figure out how to link my link tree down here so that you guys can check out the rest of my work. But until tomorrow, I hope that you have a beautiful, wonderful day, and I will talk to you all soon.